Welcome back, everybody. Just fixing audio real quick. Then we will be ready. There we go. We're back with some Final Fantasy XVI. Where we left off last time. We we went somewhere. we went somewhere, and we fought. We went up against Ultima, and Ultima was the one that did all that stuff years and years ago. Apparently, that led to us basically, not us. Ultima did it, but like igniting ether in us, I believe, and then that fight with Joshua, where we were led to believe that Joshua is dead, and ether is after Clive, us, because he wants to take over Clive as a vessel, because for reasons that I'm not sure were made clear yet. I think because Clive is just like super powerful, and Ultima wants that, and right when he was about to, we were knocked out, and Joshua came to the rescue. Joshua saved us. He was trying to protect us all along. He was trying to find out what happened too all those years ago, and he found out. And then he was just like, "I'm not gonna let you take my big bro. You can't have him." So Phoenix like did like a little cage around him, and then he drew Ultima into him. So that's where we're at. Oh, and Sid died. Sid's dead. That was really sad. That was a big sad moment. I'm sad now, but yeah. Oh, so after all that happened, we had a huge time skip, and now we are taking over as Sid. Like a couple years later, we have a new base, is where we're at, and we were in Hugo's territory, freeing slaves and stuff, freeing the people with the magic. My brain's empty right now, but because we're doing that, like even Sid said it before he died, that people are gonna hate us, and it's gonna be really tough because it's gonna make things worse for everyone until it gets better. It's gonna get worse. So we did that, and all of the slaves were just like, "Why can't you just leave us alone? You ruined everything. Now we're gonna get all the shit because of you." And they walked away from us, and we're just like, "Oh my gosh." Oh, and Hugo fucking wiped out our old hideout. I think, yeah, Gav is dead. Gav's dead too. And a lot of people are dead. Because Hugo thinks Sid killed Benedicta, which isn't true, but he was led to believe that. I still don't know how to say his name. Kupka?
Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
Haven't done. So we're at the new hideaway now. Oh, and Jill has been with us all of these years. She stayed by our side. Around. We didn't look around. Yeah. Hi, Jill.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosmos. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Again! You seen schoolboy swing harder.
Look, it's Sid.
Staying long this time?
Very nice.
Hither yon dance autumn winds atop the rotten pier. Of Sid's return the faithful sing across the blighted mere.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
Oh, sadly not. Molly used the last of the chocobo in the stew.
To marinate yard chocobo, prepare hen by draining blood and removing both head and feet. Offal, particularly the heart and liver, should be set aside for later use. Stir into a deep bowl watered wine, preferably of the red variety, honey, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and any other seasonal savory herb if you so desire. Add to the bowl the dressed bird and let it lay in a dark room for a single turn of the sun. Break the breastbone and ready your force meat thusly. Chop together the heart and liver of the chocobo and mix it with the crumb of a stale balm and pepio or coupeau nuts soaked in a boiled cream, beaten mace, and as much thyme as will lie on a gill penny and fill the bird, but not overly so. Lard the breast with boar bacon and spit the bird, tying it at both ends that the force meat not spill into the coals. Roast until skin is golden brown. Prepare to baste regularly with drippings. Yum yum! Chocobo! Got some tongs.
I don't know. Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn
Oh.
make me a new one.
You've upgraded.
Is it business or pleasure?
It's really been 5 years since we left the old place. How time flies.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
We were all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's lot turned up. Not that we knew it was them. They just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the middle of it all. I'll never forget those cries, cry as I might.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Promise me you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come that may, Sid will save us.
Well, you won't hear me complaining.
Even roomier than the old one was. Got my own stores, my own little counter, and thanks to you, got fighting the good fight, plenty of demand for me wares.
The only drawback.
Constant bloody racket. If it's not Doris and Otto barking their orders, it's Blackthorn and Bardolph banging away day and night.
Still,
If a pain in the earhole's the price I have to pay to be Sid the Outlaw's partner in crime, I'd say I've got myself a bargain.
go on then.
Go on then. It's been 5 years. Have you not got anything new for me, lady? There we go. What is this? Visual. Wait. Why is this more expensive than this one? don't understand. Charges magic spell. Charge into cast. Accessory effect will not trigger unless the ability to charge magic is learned. What a conundrum. Oh, dealing. Okay, my brain. So, taking damage and dealing damage. I can read. It's so expensive though. Nexus. Find some free.
I reckon I can find a buyer.
Sometimes I hold on to it because I'm like, what if I get another party member that I can like gear up? But I don't think I can because I had Jill and I don't think I could give any gear to Jill.
Is that all?
Does that one have blood on it?
Hi.
Clive, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you?
Why?
We've a fine selection of tonics and tinctures. Oh, perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
Haha.
What do you need? Things here ain't too bad.
I suppose I've got a decent hammer, a decent anvil, and an apprentice that knows his hammer from his cock. Oh, and the furnace is alright, and all thanks to old Sid's bellows. Gods only know how I keep the coals hot enough out here on the mere without them. Not with bloody crystals, that's for sure.
Nah.
I reckon you won't find a forge like this one anywhere else in the Twins, and I count myself lucky to work it. Thanks for keeping me on. You need anything, you give us a shout.
You've forgotten already, because I haven't.
It was a right pain in the ass getting this place into shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it was anything new for those of us who put the old hideaway together.
Still.
That don't mean I intend on doing it again.
So, what'll it be?
11 ball. Aww.
No scratches, right? That it? Fine.
7 bolt. I can't equip it.
If you told me you could fire a forge without a crystal or a bearer before I came here, I'd have taken you for a madman. But no, here it is.
The secret's in the bellows, you know.
They're Master Sid's own design. The other Master Sid.
Hi Nemo, welcome in! How are you doing today, my friend?
Look, Sid. Squeaks wants to meet you.
Aww!
I can keep him, can't I? Can't I?
This plank will have to be replaced.
Nearly half the crates were lost around it.
I'm doing good. Almost a weekend. I have work tomorrow, so it doesn't really count for me, haha. I have a
Shirley says
school
I
here
can't go and
too.
play until I finish my sums.
Well, Finish them! We need 3 for curling geese.
Let's talk to the teacher.
Ah, Sid. We were just about to start our next lesson. You're welcome to join us, but be warned. I tolerate absolutely no tomfoolery.
No one works longer or harder than our Otto. You can scour the whole of Storm and Ash, and you won't find a better man.
I do. It's alright, it's overtime. I get overtime pay for it. Compendium of Rosarian Verse. The rules run red with brave men's blood, and to the talons flowing flood. Then out to sea, but those same souls are touched by flames and phoenix claws are clutched. Aeneas shall die. To dry thine eyes, thy groom is gone, but in thy babe his light lives on, and so shall he.
But it was mostly luck.
Like a library.
The others weren't so lucky.
No, it's not. This is so big. I guess it's dependent on the person with the cost of living crisis. Like, some people would need the overtime. Especially if you're not making that much money.
What's the matter?
Vicious.
Kid? You look as pale as the day your predecessor slung you in the cell next to mine. Not about to have another fit, are you? Of course you aren't. You're a changed man now. We both are.
Bye, friend.
The lawsman says I can borrow as many books as I can carry. This was all I could carry.
That does look like a very big book.
Sid, what's the special occasion?
Goblin coin. Oh, I wanted to look in the water, but I got hit by the wolf. Hey, unlook, unlook. Very nice.
Can't catch a wink with all the clamour in the hall. The atrium's quiet this time of day.
Look at this scruff bag. Okay, where did we come from? This. Old farmer Otto keeps both chocobos and antelope. After 5 of his stock fell ill, he put them in the barn to rest. However, Otto woke the next morning to discover that a leg-eater had found its way into the barn and devoured 3 of the limbs of one of his antelope. To make certain all remaining legs were accounted for, he did a tally and was satisfied when he counted to 13. Question: how many chocobos were in the barn? Six? No. Seven. I think 7. Am I being stupid? Wait. Fucking math questions. Stupid school. It's a metaphor. Oh, I see, I see. it would be 7. Yeah, 7. I'm gonna close in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep!
Charlie says I can't go and play.
Go.
No one works longer or harder than our Otto.
That Otto
You
over
can
there.
scour the whole of Storm and Ash, and you won't find a better man.
Aw, she's in love. She's in love. Been in here. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time. I did not finish that.
I hope you don't mind, Sid. I changed the linens in your chambers while you were away.
Oh, thank you, Caesar. That's very kind of you. He never said if he had equal amounts. That's a very... I don't know then. My brain's confused. His Palestinian resistance. Signing of the Continental Accord marks the beginning of the modern era of Felicia, where the realm had once been riven by hatred and mistrust. The Accord built bridges affecting many of the areas of realm-wide cooperation that persist to this day. Shared currency, shared calendar, and common system of bearer ownership chief among its epoch-making achievements. Alas, in the years since the Accord signing, many of these old rifts have reopened for us to follow in the steps of our forebears and wholeheartedly endeavor to usher in a new age of peace and unity. You say 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm most definitely wrong with what I said because my brain was thinking chocobos only. I forgot about antelopes.
Clive, is everything all right?
All right, it's time.
All
Wait, not
operations
almost
are
time.
suspended until further notice.
Yes, Captain.
Have you finished sorting those reports yet?
Finished? I ain't started. Been busy enough with my own work.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Otto's gonna skin me alive.
Let's go. Hello, Otto.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent against
Kupka.
me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army.
Oh, Gav's not dead.
Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
My bad. I thought Gav was dead.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Vivian.
I trust I'm not intruding.
back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots.
A lot of blood there.
Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
Adequate?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
I was looking for that guy anyway, so that works out for me. He didn't... Oh, here. Knock knock! Mithril is a material of both passing hardness and luster, and these two qualities for which it is valued by the weapon and armorsmiths of the realm. However, there is a third quality of mithril that sets it apart from steel or shell: its durance. While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, become brittle in frigid climes, or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is once made eternally unchanging. Volume I will explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril in one's work. My brain is not gonna read that. My brain does not want to read that.
Tome said the hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
I believe you. I believe you, Nemo. I am not gonna argue with that. Ye seas which gird about ye lands of Philistia on all sides doth churn most frolic with diverse and deadly creatures. Among those are beasts more prodigious in size than entire islands, yet customarily as placid as ye very doldrum. Yet lo, when they do awaken, towering waves are driven forth, like in proportion to great mountains. The people of ye outer seas in which these creatures dwell, doth live in great terror of ye writhing isles, as certain chroniclers make a record of their being known.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Norman!
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
On Gods and Men, a heavy leather-bound tome containing the findings of one Anaximander of Canva, a renowned theologian spent most of his life chronicling Philistia's diverse religious history, so that's what she's reading.
Already? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates, see if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Good day, Grandpa.
Gav will be back soon.
Broke the rules. That's on a
get some rest
timer.
while I can.
It's a bot. It's on a timer. Don't worry about that. It's just to remind people to stop backseating because it happens a lot.
How good it is to see you, Clive.
Ask about the hideaway.
Look around you.
While it is a far cry from the Imperial Library in Oriflamme, in 5 short years we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them, that they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge.
Still,
there is much more out there, and as long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can. Okay, what do you mean? Oh.
Why?
One day a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves, or failing that, the floor.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but of that which it for fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again, that had you not taken his name, come our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear?
To Bennu, Mir, and the Invincible, where, among the ghosts of the fallen, our journey can continue. Here in the belly of the Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, our hope burned brighter than ever, and here may it burn for 1,000 more. And Crow, the
I still remember.
first day I met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the hideaway one moment, clinging to their mother's kirtle the next. Twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in the children's lives could have never been filled. Neither spoke, smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the...
And thank goodness they did.
For I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction, as over time their pain faded, and now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. That's really sad, but books do provide comfort, and it's a known escape from reality. To just like bury yourself in a good book and just like think about something else, or just like become immersed in a different story to your own. They remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we have the capacity to heal, and the happiness lost may be found again.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Have we leveled up? Yay!
I have quite the find for you today.
A revelation! National Pact. Yeah, like, it would do though. Like, if you lose your parents or someone close to you, it's gonna affect you. But it is a positive note that they did kind of like heal a bit from it and just like find happiness again. An international pact made at the dawn of the present era in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Valisthian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar marking a symbolic fresh start of mankind, albeit one put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Mickey, not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens. The few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows. So they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter. Spent the night. Next morning, however, after abandoning his work as was his people's wont, gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks. The shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers passed the knoll, shunned him, cursing the man under their breath for his hubris. But as his estate grew, the one building became two, and 2, 3 people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destiny. Too fast. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. Slowly, house gave away to village, village to town, and town to nation. Man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanding upon it. and though his name was eventually forgotten, spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians.
What subject shall we consider today?
I like the little pixel characters, like reminiscent of the older Final Fantasy games. It's super cute.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Bye, friend, old man. Bye. Oh. Oh!
Back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
I don't know, perhaps I should... Have you been to the toll? I hear a new ship.
Is this my new world? No, it is. Hi, Jill.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Full of memory. Created. Clive pledged his allegiance to this crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers. Powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. That's all I got. That's my only memory so far. Reports, letters, and other important missives at Clive are delivered to the reading table in the chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. Alright, Gav, what's up? Oh right, yeah, Gav lost his eye a little bit. He only has one eye now. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. I'm just playing.
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion.
He knows!
I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
I wonder though, why is Joshua staying away from us?
Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Over a glass of wine.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Gathering the stuff.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
No, I don't worry about doing like 100% completion if it's a first playthrough. I like to play naturally. Those points. Well, yeah. I mean, is that a problem? It's a haircut. Do I need a different haircut? I don't understand. Let's go, Jill.
Something has happened to Martha. We need to speak with Otto.
Oh. Not this. My balcony.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
A picture of us. In the distance, it looked like light. Brains. It. Find the course breakers. Going down.
Finish with that lot. That's it.
Hello?
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Okay, Nemo, thank you for hanging out. Have a good evening. Bye.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Oh, tail. Can I take your boat? No, your boat's dying. Alright. And I... Oh, there it is. where we need to go, but zoom out a bit. This is all Deadlands. We destroyed this place. This is gone. Going. This is all fucking going. And everywhere else is at war, basically. Hiding here. Hi, Jill. Let's jump. Ah! No fall damage.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth. This one.
Easy. But
I can't imagine
wait, we
Oberst needing
did.
any more than this. Time to head home.
The map. Look in the whispering water. Don't mind. I don't remember this.
We're not alone.
It's okay, don't worry, Jill. Oh, I remember now. Maybe, do I? Do I remember? Do I really? Ah. Ow. Get him, dog.
All yours, Torgal. Over here.
I love my dog. It's a good way. That's great. A unit drawn from one of those fighting age and martial training among the residents of the Hideaway who conduct operations to liberate bearers from slavery, beginning as a loose collection of like-minded individuals in the Hideaway, chose to rid themselves of their bearer bands that they might serve out in the field. The order has greatly expanded both in ranks and its operations since the move to Benume, all under Otto's watchful eye. Back. Turn this in, and then we head to Martha's Rest.
you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Here you go.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Level up. Hooray! Batch of. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're so
Sid.
powerful.
How is it I never see you on the ferry? Forget I asked.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
Oh, I thought Jill ran away. I was confused.
What was all the screaming and shouting, Mummy?
I told you to stay inside.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming? I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards.
Uh-oh.
Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
This culling business. You don't think... You don't...
Lads from the garrison all poured in, swords swinging, and took Martha away with them.
This culling business. You don't think the Empire means to rid the land of bearers, do you?
Go find Martha.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Oi, look sharp!
Eh? What?
If those Orsons touch an hair on Martha's head, I'll kill them all myself.
Same. Don't worry, I'll try and save her. I'll do my best.
Captain,
worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
It seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Ah! Oh, no, we got to choke him out. As well. Come on.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Oh, fuck off.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
All yours, Torgal. Over here.
And fire!
that all of them?
I think so.
Wait. What's that? I want to know what the green one is.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
It's too late.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Ah. I'm going the right way. Going around. Oh, we haven't seen these in 16 yet, anyway. Thanks, see? The bounty! Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Good.
This
one. No.
This one.
Get it down. Oh, stacker. I should have used my limit break, but I didn't think about it. Ow. Ow! Biting me. Can't see. Ah! You got this, Taco. You got this. Ah!
It's over.
Yeah! Wahoo! We didn't get anything cool.
You didn't see that coming.
You silly little ghost.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
A bit strange that it says it twice. Like, sure. Never mind. Just go. Wahoo!
Thank you, Founder. Thank you, Phoenix.
You're welcome.
I'm glad Martha's safe. Both for her sake and the town's. This place wouldn't be the same without her.
And they call themselves our country.
What are you after?
Really? I play the music. And I'd be more compelled to buy music if I can play it.
Pretty well.
Just so I can hear it first.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Formed wounds such as the cracks left by tremors or the passing of an icon, where it burns as hot and bright as any crystal. Liquid has still recently been largely ignored by the people of Philistia due to the acrid smoke it emits when ignited. So this is just for money, I guess.
If you don't mind, Sid, I'd like to stay here with Martha. Just until she finds someone to guard the rest, that is.
Yeah.
Martha's a stout soul, all right. Anyone else would be out cold after what she's been through.
West.
We'll return to the hideaway as soon as we've finished our ministrations.
Take your time.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse. I know.
Martha needs your attention, not me.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me by!
I'm not even walking!
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Eh.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Alright, let's go.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Wait, wait. One second, I'll be right there.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
I'm gonna be so sad and so happy at the same time. If it is ambrosia.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Good. Dickheads.
They're in trouble.
That's not our battle.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right,
Get the
then.
healer.
But don't say I didn't warn you.
This one. That's that. There we go. Javier the Hound.
Get him! Over here! This one.
Get away. Help you. Okay, good.
Get him!
Focus. Ow. Funny.
This one. This one.
Nice try.
Over here!
Finish him! Yes! It's ambrosia! It's ambrosia! It's ambrosia! It's ambrosia!
White heart, I presume.
Ambrosia!
Do you know her, boy?
Ambrosia!
That scar. It couldn't be.
Oh.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Here
I come and see how you were getting on? Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Oh.
Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Oh, we have an eye patch for her.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper
don't look at me.
Look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
How do people not recognize that I was a bearer though, or that I had a bearer's mark, because I obviously have the scars from it?
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
I love you, Ambrosia. So happy! We got her back! Wah. Chocobo unlocked. I hold after we healed and after 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Friend.
Come on.
Hello. Ah ha ha!
Whoa.
Oh, you got one too?
Thanks, girl. Run like the wind.
I love this. Violet.
Over here!
This one.
That's a lot of damage though. Lackluster. Oh, I guess. Back to the hideaway.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
You wait there. How do I get to my chambers?
It's all right to touch him.
Right here. Forgive my insistence writing you these silly letters. That we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I am gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion, Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Ah, so happy we got her back.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Otto's counter is now open. Align ports, Patron's Whisper, Hunt Ball. Oh. We're not gonna make the move on a crystal today. We'll do that next week. So we'll do some side stuff.
Indeed.
Then we'll finish up for today. Double. Okay.
That room's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right.
Yep. Others weren't so lucky, though.
Without a ship to carry you there, Drake's Breath might as well be on the moon.
Ah.
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh, no. That's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Business is busy.
On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stolas reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind. I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters from Jara back in the old hideaway. I won't claim to have been his best student, though. That honor goes to Charlie.
Still.
I'd like to think Jawa would be proud of me, though, were he with us today.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others. Words are your own. So too will you. You know who told me that? It was Jawa. In our last lesson before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing. Inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that. Of someone who remains with us even though they're gone.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Right. Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway Mess to review current renown level and accept any donations available. Oh, okay, we got... I need 85. I'm at 55. I get a Berserker ring. Right now, points. Your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do are all the talk among the ladies of the court. We have gathered together several items of worth that you might consider your gallantry. You might continue your gallantry words.
Here you are.
Our order is one built on pride, but that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. May have failed Martha once, but never again.
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
What?
How are you doing? Oh, same old.
Same old, innit? Otto's got me reading through the reports coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now and what can be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I could just about handle the job myself. State of the world now, though, I need Dee's help to sift through it all. And that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of these problems is a whole other headache. Curse breakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck wanting volunteers to handle the rest.
So,
if you ever find yourself at a loose end, well, you know where to find me. So much has happened since that night. Feels like a lifetime ago. We'll never forget those who didn't make it. Kenneth, Martel, still with us in our hearts.
And Sid.
And Sid. I found out he was gone. I thought that was it for us.
But he's still with us too.
With us and in you. You took his name and gave us hope when we had none. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is, don't be a stranger. A hideaway ain't nothing without its Sid.
Here you go.
Nothing.
Think you can help?
Wait.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye?
Nothing. Never mind.
Doesn't sound like anywhere is safe.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I already knew all of that. And that's why I need your help. As I need not remind you, I am the mightiest of all the Muggles. The fiend of the forest, the ghoul of the greenwood, blah blah blah. It's going too fast. I need you to slay them all, Kupo.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you. It's so good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on the bullets that get posted on the board. If there's anything you need to know, Kupo, I'm your Moogle. Gasbaker. Just don't tack up any old rumors to the board, you know? They take great pains to verify every little detail. Oh? Don't you go letting all their hard work go to waste, Kupo. Don't you let me, I mean them, down. It's precisely what you see before you, Kupo. The Castbreakers note down the details of any particularly dangerous monsters they hear about or encounter in the course of their duties, Kupo. And post the bullets here, Kupo, so that any stout soul who wishes to do the realm a service might set out to slaughter an ungodly horror or two. Which is where you come in, Kupo. As for me, I have the most important duty of all, painting a big red cross over each and every one you cut down, Kupo, so that everyone can sleep at night knowing that the realm is a safer place. Did I ever tell you about the time I visited the Great Continent, Kupo?
I don't think so.
Of course I didn't, because I've never been, Kupo. Look at these wings. Do they look like the sort that can carry a Moogle across countless leagues of open sea? They call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid, Kupo. So anyway, did one. Hordes of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the hunt board in hopes that the fearless heroes, such as me, take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious monster. That be the Angel of Death. A trader coming by way of Caer Northern met with a troop of Cursebreakers travelling in the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the head. Eyes wild and flickered. So the Cursebreakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey. The past, the sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size, making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. Hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border, that we might cut down the fiend, for it makes trenches of nearby villages. Have you Broken Hill? I wanna do them.
Ah, my favorite pupil. One would think.
My role was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge, that of matters military and political, both past and present, that it might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding what has come before that one might steer one's way toward a brighter future. Your role now is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information on the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order that I might continue to appraise the dispositions of great nations and those who rule them. And of course to pay attention during my lectures. It would not do to appoint the storied Ninetales as your tutor, only to disregard her expert advice.
I admit.
When I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canberra, I did not think for a moment that I would one day count Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. But nor did I imagine that my fellow educators would have designs on my life. Both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to rescue, my curiosity would likely have proved fatal. But instead, I was not only saved but granted a new lease of life, as personal tutor to a band of outlaws, no less.
A far more reputable fellowship
Than anything in the academic world, I assure you.
My beloved homeland.
The crossroads of Philistia, where one only has to stroll the streets to hear news from every far-flung corner of the realm. Where the crystal yields more shards than any other, and its lands, even now, remain untouched by the blight. It is a blessed country indeed.
Or at least, it
was till Sambrek elected to invade and establish a new holy capital on twin sides heretofore neutral shores. It pains me to see the land I loved so changed. Even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Salvestra had designs on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflamme, the seat of the Holy Empire, since its inception, seems too audacious a move even for him.
What is it that you wish to learn?
By speaking with Vivian in the hideaway, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current ongoings in Philistia and revisit any of the Ninetales' past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationships of those individuals in Clive's orbit.
Here's the latest information I have.
Here you can view a detailed visualization of character relationships in 16 that updates such best to the main scenario. Back to Babby Clive. We had a Doggo and Jill and Joshua in our orbit. Had our parents. Then over here is me and our lovely Ambrosia. That ended. Then the red me. Oh, so she left the red, so she turned bad and then met the mysterious stranger. This is interesting though, just seeing a visualization of everything. This. By the way. This bad man. Are you the bad man? You're not a bad man. Oh, serious. Where's Joshua?
One must understand one's place in the world.
Oh no, don't fight me, please! I'm not stinky! Hi, Food Woman! How are you today, friend? This is my friend Food Woman, everybody. They're having a fight. No. You're moving in over here. And Bottleth us to the Phoenix Gate. That's the start. We're here now. Present day? Yeah, present day. That's a... Yeah. Fine. That's... We're not doing a story right now. I'm just gonna do some side fights and then I'm finished. You successfully avoided all of the story stuff.
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm doing good though. I had a tired day. A very tired day.
That room's as ragged as...
A little sleepy day, so to speak. This way. I'm lost. Game. Hi, Jill.
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
I hope we can play Divinity soon. I've been thinking about it too. It's so much fun. I bought Baldur's Gate 3. I bought it. Oh no, not the 14 workout. I've been thinking about getting 14 too, but not yet because I don't have the money for a subscription.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning.
Almost done.
I'm looking. There, in the backyard. Yay! Yeah, I think Penny might be free on Sunday because it's not D&D day. So we'll find out on Sunday. We'll see. It depends if what's happening with her sister. This way. Way? Oh, this way. Got it. Excuse me?
Chocobo, Chocobo, why can't you fly? What good are your wings if you can't reach the sky? Flap harder, says bluebird, flap harder, says crow. Flap harder or into the oven you go!
That's not a chocobo, that's a chicken, you idiot! You fool!
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still.
I saw something funny about... I was watching Twitch and there was a story about when a streamer was playing Divinity 2 with their friends, and it was some of their first time playing it, playing a Divinity game, and they were having a good time, and this person spoke to a bad guy, and it was like a big evil thing, and he made a deal with it. So he joined forces with the bad guy, and then at the end the bad guy came back, and because they joined forces, the person killed everybody, including their teammates, and then won the game, and they got to see the ending while all of their teammates, all of their friends that were playing with them got kicked off the game because they were dead. So they didn't get to see the ending.
Try your apple soon enough. See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martell's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
I thought it was funny, and this person was just like, yeah, I almost lost my friends because of this, because they were so mad at me. And then he was like talking about Baldur's Gate, I think, and just being like, I have to be good this time. I learned my lesson.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martell apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martell? Today's finally the day.
Ah, Martell the tree! I was looking at the older Divinity, not the... I was looking at the older Baldur's Gate games. I've been wanting to get them too. No, please, don't do it! Don't do it, Phoebe!
This ton here pulls the black from the lake water and renders it clear. You'll have to ask Mid if you want to know how it works, though.
We have to be good! We have to be good! After excising from the trunk, dry for 3 to 5 turns on the sun until cool to the touch. Grind in mortar and add to warm coral milk to remedy gout, melancholy, and moon sickness. Potion recommended when harvesting, as the host may grow disquieted. Yeah, I saw there's like... They put 1 and 2 on PlayStation. But then it got a bit confusing because there's Dark Alliance 1 and 2 at the same time. So I think there's 4 Baldur's Gate games. Is that right? There's 4 and not 2? Mixed equal parts first-rate vineyard hummus from Bolton's bales with deadland soil. Of the 6 cuttings planted therein, 2 survived to flower, only to wither and die within a sennight. Even amalgamated with the finest imperial loam, the blighted earth is still affecting a nutritional deficiency. Might be remedied with further source of nourishment, saltpeter or potash, or the dung of a racing chocobo. This shall be the subject of my next round of experiments. Oh, is Dark Alliance worth getting? That good? Or should, if I ever get the old Baldur's Gate games, what should I get? I go away over. I'm not sure what to expect from it. I like RPG kind of games. I like what we see in Divinity so far. Eh?
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martell.
Have some apples.
Martell. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Very complex RPG games. Neverwinter Nights.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts.
Sanity.
But these
Ash.
goodies are as sweet as you like.
Oh.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
I might just go for 1 and 2 then and not Dark Alliance. Unless you think Dark Alliance is fun. I'm not, like, I'm okay with like the
Doesn't
Diablo
sound like
style
anywhere
games,
safe.
but I'm not like super crazy about them.
Planning a journey?
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Ah.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
I might depends. I will see if I can get it on sale. I did notice one of the Dark Alliance games was on sale, which got me looking at the games. Because they're all on PlayStation, but I was like, oh, this, I don't know what they are, kind of thing. But I might definitely check it out at some point. But I think I'll get 1 and 2 fast. Okay. Oh, I might pick it up on Steam then if it's down to like 1 or 2 euros. I'll keep an eye on that. Because if they're old enough, I should be able to play them.
Did you come through the forge today?
Yeah, on PlayStation, I think one was on sale for like £25-ish. I think it was.
The Cursebreakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
The fruit of her labors. Yeah, definitely. I won't pick it up for £20 in that case, if it's overpriced for what it is. But I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out for 1 and 2 if it goes on sale. I think that would be fun. Are you gonna get Baldur's Gate 3? Oh, Oh, so the Baldur's Gate games are gonna be more complex. You got it already? Can you play it already? Or do you have to wait? Because I saw someone on it and I was like, is it a demo or something? Me? Oh. Oh. Oh, that's bullshit. PlayStation only has 2 days early access. We have to wait until the end of the month to even touch it. I can't believe this. This is discrimination at its finest. I can't go anywhere. I wanted to go kill things, but I can't. Al? Oh, early access then. Like early access. Oh, I think Prinny mentioned that. I think Prinny mentioned it. That Prinny was waiting until it's done so she gets to see the full product or something like that. Demon Tank. Means so close. Gonna get Judgment Bolt. Get Judgment. What time is it? I guess it's time because I have to do the story, and we're not gonna spoil it we're not gonna do spoilers for our friend Fiorin. So we will continue next time on Dragon Ball Z. But we are having a movie night tomorrow at 9 p.m. BST, and then Jack Jean on Tuesday 7 p.m. and then we will be back with more Final Fantasy next Thursday. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream today, and we will be back another time. Life will have to reach Super Main Character level 5. Thank you for hanging out, Fewman and everybody, and I hope you will have a lovely night. Bye, friends. Bye.